just released a slew of emails found in one of Hunter Biden's former associates' Gmail account for the now imprisoned Bevan Cooney. Cooney apparently gave permission for reporters to search the emails. These are not related to the Post, by the way. What they found is troubling, to say the least. Hunter's associates bragged about having a direct pipeline, that's a quote, to the Obama-Biden White House. Reporters referring to Hunter as other currency. That's the reports anyway. Other emails confirmed that Secretary of State John Kerry's stepson, a close friend of Hunter's, was so skeptical about the Biden foreign business dealings, he blew the whistle on them. Shortly after, Hunter joined the board of that Ukrainian company called Burisma we've all heard about so often now. Kerry's stepson, Chris Hines, sent an email to his stepdad's top aides at the State Department alerting them to the potentially compromising arrangement. Hines severed ties with Hunter and his associates. To discuss this, I want to bring in author of the best-selling book, Fallout: Nuclear Bribes, Russian Spies, and the Washington Lies That Entrenched the Clinton and Biden Dynasties, Seamus Bruner. He co-authored the Bombshell Report on Breitbart Today with Peter Schweitzer that released a slew of new incriminating Hunter Biden emails. Thanks for coming on the show, Seamus. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks, Grant.
So, Seamus, you are at the heart of going through these emails that were found on the Gmail account of one of Hunter Biden's associates. You've been involved with this with Peter Schweitzer from the beginning, looking at the Biden dynasties. I'm calling them the Biden cartel. How do you sum up best what you found?
Well, I think that quote that you teased was it's really indicative of what all of the emails really show. They viewed Hunter Biden as a form of currency that they could pitch to their investors because Hunter Biden represented a direct pipeline to the Obama-Biden administration. And we see time and again, there's thousands of these emails that are business related. And as we go through them, there are emails about Russia and the oligarchs there that have been widely reported. There are emails about Ukraine, China, and Kazakhstan. And time and again, Devin Archer, one of Hunter Biden's business partners, sets up meetings at the White House, and it appears Hunter Biden sets up meetings at the White House, including a secret meeting for a Chinese delegation of Chinese Communist Party members and billionaires. They're kind of blur the lines between public and private sectors. And this was an off-the-books meeting. It did not appear on Joe Biden's calendar. And, they confirm in the emails, we got them the meeting. There's many more examples of Devin Archer setting up calls with the foreign minister to Kazakhstan in hopes to get business deals in Kazakhstan, which they got. So we're still going through them. There's a ton of them, and there's only a handful of us that were, only two people were authorized by Bevan Cooney to go into his inbox. That would be Peter Schweitzer and investigative journalist Matt Tiermond. And so it's slow going. We wish we could dump them, but we've got to vet them and we've got to redact the personal information.
All right,
per Bevan Cooney.
Seamus, I want to make really make this clear with you. So you say the emails prove, coming off of this Gmail account of one of Hunter's associates, that there was an off-the-books meeting at the White House with the Chinese. Was Joe Biden at that meeting? Was Barack Obama at that meeting?
Yes, we know Joe Biden was at that meeting. Now, we pulled the White House visitor logs. We tracked these Chinese delegation of the China Entrepreneurs Club, which, by the way, represents 4% of China's GDP. That's how much these guys are worth. That is a massive figure. Many of them Communist Party leaders. And in the White House visitor logs, it says they met with Jeff Zients, who, by the way, was just named as the chair of the potential Biden transition team. So this is the guy who will be staffing the entire Biden administration should he be elected. The Chinese met with him. He gave them sort of some insider Commerce Department information on a program called Select USA. Now, again, Joe Biden's schedule makes no mention of any meetings with any Chinese. The visitor logs say nothing about Joe Biden. And we found it buried in a report on the China Entrepreneur Club website. They brag about how they got a meeting with Joe Biden. Now, there's no other trip that this refers to. In close succession to we met Joe Biden We met John Bryson, the Commerce Department Secretary. We met Jeff Zients and a host of other Obama-Biden figures. But no, it was a secret meeting. It was not on the official's calendar. So, yes, he did meet with them.
Okay, so that's a blockbuster because it goes against everything Joe Biden has said about his dealings with Hunter and foreign governments and foreign entities. Now, Seamus, you have been intimately involved in this. You looked at these emails. The mainstream media is saying that this is a Russian disinformation campaign. It seems what you've told me from what you found on Cooney's email account, it backs up the same type of evidence that was found on the alleged Hunter Biden laptop that the Justice Department confirmed to news outlets is legitimate. Am I right?
100% right, Grant. It's a very important distinction to make that these are not the New York Post emails. These are completely separate. These were authorized in writing by Bevan Cooney, who is absolutely not a Russian asset. He's a finance guy from Chicago. Bevan Cooney just felt like he was the fall guy thrown under the bus by Hunter Biden and Devin Archer, and thought he would do his civic duty by revealing all of the stuff in his inbox. So there's absolutely no Russia having anything to do with it.
They back up the same evidence. All right,
yeah, I'll give you an example. There's a Burisma executive named Vadim Požarsky. That was one of the first nuggets from the Post to drop. He was this Burisma executive who, in one of the Post emails, says to Hunter Biden, "Thank you so much for introducing me to your father." That's what we're seeing, the same kind of stuff in the Bevan Cooney emails. Now, Vadim Požarsky from Burisma, he is all over these Bevan Cooney emails. So we know that the guy is real. We know he's contacting the Hunter Biden Inc. network. And, there's plenty more examples like that. And we're going to keep dropping these pieces just as soon as we can vet them.